Good day everyone, I am Jelly-Ann Makachag from BSED 1C, and today I was tasked to report about the grammatical or ungrammatical. When we say grammatical, it is pertaining to grammar, regarded as correct and acceptable by native speakers of the language, or acceptable as a correct sentence or clause as determined by the rules of conventions of the grammar, or morphosyntax of the language. And when we say ungrammatical, in violation of one or more of the rules and conventions of a language as defined by the grammar, resulting in unacceptable or incorrect usage. In descriptive grammar, the term ungrammatical refers to an irregular word group or sentence structure that makes little apparent sense because it disregards the syntactic conventions of the language. And also in descriptive grammar, ungrammatical is contrast with grammaticality. In language studies, examples of ungrammatical constructions are usually preceded by asterisk. Judgment regarding ungrammatical constructions are often subject to gradations. In prescriptive grammar, the term ungrammatical refers to a group of word or sentence structure that fails to conform the proper way of speaking or writing, according to the standards set by authority, and also called grammatical error, contrast with correctness. Let's now proceed to an example and observation. Number 1 is designating a sentence as ungrammatical simply means that the native speakers tend to avoid the sentence cringe when they hear it and judge it as sounding odd. Number 2 is calling a sentence ungrammatical means that it sounds odd, or all things being equal, that is in a neutral context under its conventional meaning and with no special circumstances in force. Number 3, sentences are simply the highest level of expressions of the language, and an ungrammatical string is a morpheme sequence which fails to constitute a meaningful expression of any kind. Examples of grammatical sentence with reflexive pronoun. Number 1, the smart student thinks that the teacher likes himself. Number 2, the very happy mother said that the girl dresses herself. Number 3, the young child said that the pretty woman hurt herself. And the examples of ungrammatical sentences with a reflexive pronoun. Number 1, the man thinks that the boy does not like that stupid himself. Number 2, the woman said that the little girl saw yesterday's herself. Number 3, the taxi driver said that the man hit the careless himself. The 3 grammatical sentences are acceptable as a correct sentence or clause as determined by the rules and the conventions of the grammar, while the 3 ungrammatical sentences obviously violate the rules and conventions of a language as defined by the grammar, resulting in an unacceptable or incorrect usage. So now let's have an example, and let's distinguish between descriptive and prescriptive grammar. I eat bacon and eggs with ketchup. This sentence is a garden variety English sentence which descriptively grammatical to an English speaker. So based on this sentence, we can form a question like, what do you eat bacon and eggs with? This sentence is descriptively grammatical but violates a prescriptive rule. Recall that for some ending a sentence with a preposition, and this case is the word with, is prescriptively ungrammatical. But let's now consider this sentence. I eat bacon and eggs and ketchup. So when we try to conform a question, we got, what do you eat bacon and eggs and? The source sentence look exactly the same. The only difference is that the word ketchup follows with in the first sentence and end in the second. It turns out that with, which a preposition, functions quite differently from and, which is a conjunction, and the distinction between the two is part of our unconscious knowledge of English. Studying this unconscious knowledge revealed a puzzle like this one, allows us to construct a model or theory of descriptive grammar, a model that attempts to explain why we are quite naturally produce grammatical sentences such as, what do you eat your bacon and eggs with? But not ungrammatical ones like, what did you eat your bacon and eggs and?